if you are a business owner or an individual who got an EIDL loan or any type of loan from the Small Businesses Administration during COVID, you're going to want to watch this video because I'm about to tell you in detail how you could potentially get relief and from having to pay the full balance of your loan. And I'm here to tell you also that the information that I'm about to give you is first hand from the company that is handling the collections for the federal government. This is not some type of guess. This is not some assumptions. This is not based off of old data from the past. It's not based off of anyone else's video. This is information where I took it upon myself from a collection letter from a business owner that I do work for and have been actually I got a number of business associates that I do work for, and some of them found themselves where they owe some thousands, some hundreds of thousands, and I got one business owner that owes over $1 million to the SBA for these loans that were passed out very easily during COVID. So you're going to want to listen to this video if you're even if you're an individual that took one of these loans, because they were making them available for individuals who were sole proprietors. So you're going to want to listen to this video, and I'm going to tell you the different opportunities that they offered. I'm going to tell you also if your business closed, what you could do. So I'm just going to, just run down what they gave me. Also, I'm going to let you know that they didn't, in the letter that came from the collection company that's been contracted by the federal government to collect on these SBA loans, EIDL loans, any of the loans that they made during COVID. And the name of the company is CBE Group. That the representative that I talked to on the phone said that the federal government, the letter that they sent out to people, they put it together, but they stamped their name on it that it's not even, don't even have all the information. And so I'm glad that I took it upon myself to not just read the letter, but to also go into the details, to get the details from someone who was going to be able to have the power to say what they can and cannot do. And I got all of the details. So the first thing that I want to let you know, if your business is open, let's tackle that one first. If your business is open, as of right now, they're basically trying to make people whose businesses are open pay all of the money, 100% of it. They did have opportunities where if a person couldn't afford the payments that they're offering, that there's where you could submit, but it had to get approval. Now, this is what they're offering for businesses that are open, that are still open, regardless of financial situation, if you can afford it or not. I'm just going to tell you the way that they told me for these. They were like, tell your clients this way, because there's no wiggle room. We were given instructions, and this is what we can and cannot do. So first, if the business is open, they start out with a 12-month payment plan. So basically, they're gonna divide what you got with the interest and whatever they got tacked on top of it. They're going to and it looks like on one of them they got an administrative cost, which must be going to this company for handling this in interest. 12 months. So whatever you owe them divided by 12 months, that's what they're going to offer you when you first talk to them. Now, you know me, Stephen A. Williams, I'm going to push. I'm like, well, what if a business can't afford to pay in 12 months? Like, you're just acting like these businesses got the money. Oh, okay, Mr. Williams. We offer a 2-year plan. Well, what if somebody has a $300,000-$400,000 loan? How are they going to afford a 2-year plan? And they were like, oh, well, Mr. Williams, we offer a 3-year plan. And it was like, what if they can't afford that? Well, they have to submit documentation, and we have to get approval from the federal government or Treasury to be able to go lower. And but they have a minimum on how low, and that's going to be based on what your loan amount is. So if anyone, I'm here to tell you, I need to get back to my just straight in your face type talk. Anyone who tells you something outside of that, you better be careful. You better make sure that those people are credible, because I got this directly from them, and they got their marching orders on what they can and cannot do. And this is exactly what they said. So I'm going to repeat it. 12-month plan, you divide what you owe on that letter that they send you, divide it 12 months. That's what the payment plan would be. 2 years, payment plan. 3 years, payment plan. Divide it. That's what they're talking about. Anything more than that, they have to get approval, and there's going to be documents, and I'll talk about that in a second. So now, let's flip over to, and I'm pretty sure part of those that you're going to have to give them to show that you can afford that amount is they're going to require that you give them tax records. But now, and there's a reason behind that, so you keep following me, because there's a reason that they're lumping this up and saying we want to get tax records. They want the tax records. Like, that's like, if you did anything wrong, illegal, watch yourself, because they're getting ready to try to put the puzzle together on some people. So now, if your business closed, and let me get my other notes here that I took. If your business closed, this is exactly what they told me. They're going to want the year that you close. They want that tax for that business in the prior year. They want both years. They're going to want proof that your business closed. They want the dissolution form from your state that you closed the business. And they for the year also. So whatever year you close the business, they want that year and the year before. Now the next thing is you're gonna have to get these documents, and they showed me where to get them. I'll put the link on there, but before you go running off, hear me out, because they're going to be asking a lot of stuff on here. If you're a business, if it's a commercial, they have one that's specifically for commercial. And it doesn't matter if you're LLC or not LLC. If your loan is under $200,000, you may not have a personal guarantee. So you may have a easy way out if your loan was under $200,000 and you closed your business. You have to fill out those statements. They are going to be wanting to know some pretty detailed information, but it seems like it's all about the business. Now, if it's personal, if you did a personal, when you're a sole proprietor, you did a personal, you didn't have it set up as a business, they're gonna ask some personal info, and that's gonna be a little bit difficult to get out, because they're going to continue with the personal guarantee because you did it as a sole proprietor business. It wasn't set up. It specifically says that if it's a corporation or LLC, only the business is liable. And they look at it, and they accept the LLC, which federal usually doesn't accept the LLC as a individual, but for the purposes of this, they do accept it. Now, some people were saying, well, what if I file bankruptcy? They asked a question about bankruptcy and transfer documents, and you better be truthful on that. They're going to ask for that. And also, they have another stipulation. If you decide to file for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, they're going to want to review your loan documents to make sure that there was no fraud or false representation in obtaining the loan. They didn't go any further on that. And then they said they want to look at the material. They want to make sure that the use of the funds were done properly. They want to make sure that the funds that were given to the business were used for business purposes. So when people look at filing a bankruptcy, yeah, it could be an easy way out with your debts, but considering this SBA loan, EIDL loans during COVID, they're going to be stepping into another arena by looking at to make sure. But if you got all of your stuff right, you use the money for the business. There's no other, use that you use the money for. You'll be okay with Chapter 7 as long as the business loan was under $200,000. If the loan is over $200,000, you have a direct personal guarantee. That was in the small print with the SBA. And you're going to have to fill out the documents. On the documents, they're going to ask for bank statement, and they're going to ask for banking information. They're going to be asking for if you have any type of insurance that could be cashed out, the business. They want the business bank accounts, any vehicles, any real estate, any machinery, any merchandise, other assets. They want to know any list of your liabilities and judgments for the business. They want income and expense, but if the business is closed, there's no income and no expense. And let's see here. They want to know the partners, anyone that's included in the business, their names, and they want to know the financial institution. They're going to, and that's on the business side. It's even more in detail on the personal side, and I'll be getting the link to those documents. Now, if anyone wants help, let me tell you another thing real quick. Now, if you go to your SBA portal and you look at your loan, this is how you know it's getting ready to be shifted. Even if you've been making payments and they state in there that it's uncollectible. Oh, yeah, that I'm going to talk about settlement too. Hold on a second. I'll get to that. Let me just make a note. Settlement. That's even more important. That's the, big deal. But you'll know that your loan is going to be moved over to the collection agency that they're utilizing, because it'll state on your loan that it's uncollectible. We've seen with clients that were making payments and they still moved it to uncollectible. So even if you've been paying the small payments, at some point, I can almost guarantee it, they're going to, if it says uncollectible, even though you've been making payments, next month after that, within the next few months, they're going to send it over to that collection agency. Also, now, here's the good thing. Here's a good thing. If the business is closed, you fill out the documents, you had 2 years of taxes, you get to make them an offer to settle the debt for. They did not give any answer. I was not able to get an answer from her if they would accept payment arrangements on the settlement. So if you owed them, $100,000, would they accept $10,000 with payments, or would they accept $25,000 with payments? She basically just told me they're going to accept a lump. I mean, if they say yes, they would accept a lump sum. From experience with being in the settlement business, what they're probably going to do is they're going to want to get lump sum payments. They want to get lump sum payments. Also, on their documents, once it gets moved over to this CBE group, this is what they're allowed to do. And it says it specifically on the document, says that the Treasury may authorize offset of future eligible government payments such as income tax refund, government contracting, Social Security, pensions, and other financial assistance provided by the government. Should you not resolve the debt, your debt may be reviewed for possible referral to the Bureau of Fiscal Services, to the Department of Justice for legal action. I'm pretty much sure that's going to be for the ones that are like in the higher dollar amounts, but we don't want to play with that. What we want to do is we want to be ahead of the game, and we want to do something about this if you find yourself in this situation. So with our company, because I talked with them, if you do have an SBA loan, if you did receive your letter, we will be providing a service to either do the settlement. If it's for the payments and you can afford the payments, then you just move forward with that. If you cannot afford the payments, they'll let you know what forms you're gonna need to fill out to be able to get a payment if your business is not closed. If your business is closed, we're offering a service where we will get the paperwork together for you, and we even submit it. They gave me an email address to submit it directly. Uh, they told me not to pass that email out to other people, so I won't be able to do that, but I can guarantee you that we have a foot in the door where we can send it directly to them, to this representative. And I don't know this person, so I don't want somebody to say that we got some type of inroad with this company. I'm just telling you that when we and we do this all the time with the with companies, they just, once we talk to them, let them know what we do as a business, they're like, okay, you can send us your information for your customers, your offers, basically. And they told me exactly what documents. So it's not going to be where you're just chasing some pipe dream about being able to get a settlement or being able to make an offer. I know exactly 1,000% what to do to make an offer to them if your business is closed. I know what documents are required and from you tax wise, and I know what documents they require. It's 4 pages. That's all they want. Submit it to them and you can make a lump sum settlement offer. Thank you for your time. If you need help with your credit, visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch the video What Makes Us Different so you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. You need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you, go to summonsmaster.com. We can help you respond to your debt collection lawsuit. Thank you for your time. Subscribe to the channel. Post your questions and comments. This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com and president and creator of summonsmaster.com. Thank you.